think it's time to make the switch. Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're taking a look at Audio-Technica's brand new wireless noise canceling earbuds. These things are super awesome. I've got them right here, and there's a ton to unpack. They actually did send me these to give my honest review on, and so I thought, hey, instead of just listening to it and calling it a day, I would actually use them in my everyday life for a couple weeks and give you my honest opinions. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. We'll start off with the unboxing, and then we'll go into the Audio-Technica app, because that's where you can actually control and get the most out of these specific headphones. So join me there, and then we'll talk more about the features. So right off the bat, that came with some sick packaging, super clean, easy to kind of read the back, get your key features, all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's just a nice, plain, simple casing. We all like that. So let's go ahead and unbox it. And take this part off. So you get the headphones right there, kind of protected by this little slip, which has some writing there, which is pretty cool. Then you got your manual and your support. And then in here we have our accessories, which we'll do that in a second. We're gonna take this out of the box. Oh, looks like it's in there pretty secure, which is good for shipping. So you know that there's low chance for it to break. Right off the bat, this is what we're looking at. Super cool, super slick. I love the brushed kind of metal look, I guess. Now, I opened it up just a little on accident there, so you could see the blue lights because it's ready to pair. But right off the bat, I mean, this is what you're greeted with. These things are sweet looking. Let's see if we can get the focus in there. Super cool. We'll roll some B-roll and stuff, but yeah, so basically you just gotta take both of them out and put them in your ears. Oops. For this purpose, please forgive me if the volume changes because I have these in my ears. And yeah, pair them through your phone. Before we actually do all that, let's look last second at the accessories, because I do want to point out that in here you're gonna have your charging cable under this, but you get 12 different earbud pieces, which is awesome. So you can really find what's going to fit your ear the best, and in case you lose some, you have a ton of extras right there. So super awesome to include that many. You don't usually get that with many headphones, or earbuds I should say. But yeah, let's go into the app, and then we can talk more about the features in a little bit. So make sure you download the AT Connect app, and then once it connects, as you can see your volume right on the bottom with whatever song you might be playing. And then you have your two battery levels, so your right versus your left. They should be even if it's in the case, or if you're listening with one ear in, it'll tell you kind of which one is lower. So that's pretty cool. Now there's tons of settings in here. You could just click on the right, and you have your volume, so you could adjust how loud do you want them to be. I have mine at 15, just because I don't want to be maxing because of blowing speakers. But I find 15 is pretty good. And then, yeah, so you could create the noise canceling modes in here. Right now, they're in noise canceling, so it's pretty hard to hear. But if I press hear through, I can also adjust the level of hear through. So if I go to high, now I can actually hear myself talk like I don't have the headphones in. This is really helpful if maybe you got your earbuds in and you're doing a task and people are around you that might be asking you questions. Just standard kind of headphones. But if you want that noise canceling, you just power that on, and all the background noise just goes away. It's kind of like when you put your hands on your ears and then you talk and you get that muffled, you hear yourself in your brain. That's what it sounds like right now. So really weird, but I mean, that's why you bought these, because they're noise canceling. But then yes, you also have your EQ here, so you can go and switch between the different modes that they have already made, or you can make your own. Original sounds pretty darn good, but I listen to a lot of bass heavy music, so I always go for the bass boost. And then, if you wanted to adjust your left, right, you could do that as well. Something I'm not going to mess with. And then low latency mode, we can go ahead and turn that on. Basically just kind of reduce all the latency that would happen between Bluetooth device. And yes, 360 Reality Audio, do you have to sign in with a title or something like that? So if you have that, you already know about that, then that has that for you. And yeah, so you have key assign. You could change what the keys do. I haven't messed around with this too much, but I do know that it works really well with video calls and audio calls. I messed around with a little bit of both, so love the functionality there. And then yeah, all the other stuff that you'd want to adjust here. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the app. If you have other Audio-Technica devices and you have them powered on when you open this app. Super cool stuff with the AT Connect app. I use this for my MX50s, which you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you watch the video on that. Awesome studio headphones that I use to edit with on a daily basis. I mean, I probably have these on my heads for at least 6 to 7 hours a day minimum. So what's so cool about these? Well, first off, they can be wireless charged. So if you have one of those generic wireless chargers, you can throw them on there and it'll wirelessly charge. Although don't have to do that. You could do it with USB Type-C, which they do include a cable. Now, the case itself not only looks cool, but it also functions well. If you go ahead and take the earbuds out, you can actually see in there's a little bit of a reflective material, but basically what that is the deep UV cleaning. So kind of like those, you know, UV light sanitizer things that you would put your iPhone in. You get the same kind of technology here with the earphones, which is nice because, you know, this makes me feel a little bit better about, you know, sharing them and not having to clean them. But not only that, something that's also important is the magnets on it are very strong. So when you go ahead and shake it, it's not going to fall out. Even if you shake it really, really, really hard, like nothing, no movement at all. And also really easy to just snap in there, and you don't have to worry about adjusting or aligning them. Now, outside of their awesome design, there's still a couple more things about these that we haven't really covered. Starting off with the rain and water splash proof, this is going to be IPX4, so it's not ready to be dunked in a pool, but obviously if it's raining outside or you're sweating during, you know, a nice good workout, it's not going to be a problem. And when we move on to something like the battery life, this is kind of an iffy topic because some people value battery life over quality, and you know, that's where this headphone specifically, I think it values quality over quantity. So what do I mean by that? Well, the ATH-TWX9s unfortunately only come with 6 hours of battery life, but it is backed up by the 18 hours in the case. So assuming that you're not having your earbuds in for more than 6 hours, which is pretty long, you should be fine. And besides, I find myself using these for tasks like working out, taking the dog on the walk, whether it's commuting from one place to another without, you know, using my car stereo. At the end of the day, they are earbuds and they're meant to be comfortable and not weighing down on you because, you know, you're trying to move around a lot, and they're wireless. They're also noise canceling. So there's just a lot of features packed into this for it to really exceed that 6-hour battery life. Not to mention, when you shrink the battery a little bit, guess what you get? More room for awesome drivers, which this definitely has some awesome drivers. 5.8 millimeter high-res drivers to be exact, and man, do they sound amazing, especially even in like the noise cancellation mode. It doesn't really matter what mode you're in, it sounds awesome, and it really does compete with serious studio headphones that I personally call my favorites. So, I mean, overall, just very impressed at what these were able to accomplish. Oh, and lastly, I mean, probably the most important thing that we should note is how comfortable they are. I mean, if they weren't comfortable out of the box, they have 12 different pairs of these different sized earbuds, which is awesome. I mean, usually you never get that. So fortunately, the ones that came in the box fit me perfectly, and I've had no issues. So, you know, if I maybe lose some or want to try something a little bit different, I can definitely play around with that, but it's awesome that they include that many. Now, we do anticipate this to be a high demand, low quantity available type of product, so make sure you guys are checking all the links down in the description to see if we do have them in stock. I really, really can't recommend these enough, and thank you guys at Audio-Technica for sending me these. I'm honestly shocked. I didn't even know earbuds could sound this good, so definitely time to ditch those Apple whatevers. They're lame. I got these now. Now, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for these guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what your comments are on this guy. If you've picked one of, you know, these pairs up, if you've been lucky enough to pick one up, let me know what your experience has been with it so far. I personally am definitely making the switch, but I want to know what you guys think as well. So as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested in, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.